What's up, guys? This is Malcolm. You're on Malcolm Talks. Yeah, we back at it again, man. I appreciate y'all visiting the channel. Let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this thing, man. Okay. Now, I want to start off by saying everything's high. Everything. Whenever you go to the store, whenever you get gas, whenever you want to get yourself some food, just anything, bro. Everything's high. There's nothing cheap anymore. You remember a time where you could go around and get a couple things that might be for the low, as they say? Nah, not anymore. Everything's high, bro. The price of corn's going up. The price of wheat's going up. The price of soybeans going up. All of these things are going through the roof. And then you start realizing, wait, they use those little things to, they put that in everything we eat, everything we consume. It's crazy how important corn is. You know, you start talking about the price of corn going up. You like, so I don't eat corn like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't even think about it. You be like, I don't eat popcorn like that. I mean, I like popcorn when I go to the movies. Fool, corn is in everything. The price of everything going up because the price of corn goes up. Housing prices. You already knew housing prices was crazy. Everything's high, man. We're at record highs right now. So what do? You know, do you even care? Is this something that you even think about? I challenge you. Just think about it, man. Think about what's going on right now. Think about the historic nature of what's going on. I think yesterday, the Feds, the Federal Reserve Bank, they increased interest rates by, I think, 0.5 percentage point. Now, I'm no expert, and I don't want to act like I know everything, because I don't. But if I'm not mistaken, that's the biggest hike. And at one time, in the last like 20-something years. Because see, while the price of everything is going up, that means there's inflation happening. And when inflation starts going up too high, the Fed is like, well, hold on now. There's too much money out here. We got to slow things down a little bit. Let's increase interest rates. Let's make it a little more difficult for you to borrow. Y'all buying up too much stuff. There's too much money floating around. Because remember during COVID, I mean, we still in COVID, but the US government spent trillions of dollars. There was a lot of free money floating around. Not anymore. All that free COVID money, oh, you can kiss that money goodbye. So right now we're dealing with inflation. The price of everything is going up. But at the same time, you got a recession that is looming in terms of like, what are we gonna do? It's either inflation or recession. Are those our only two options at this point? I don't know. But things seem a little bit weird. You know, if you're like me and my wife and my family, you know, we've been sitting back kind of waiting on the housing market to cool off a little bit. We're like, man, these prices are just too high right now. And then they're gonna go raise interest rates. I thought it was hard to buy a house. Now it's about to be even crazier. It makes me think, what's the purpose of buying a house? If to buy a house, you got to spend your whole life savings, why buy a house? I don't know. Seems like maybe you can invest in other places and still get the same return. I don't know. But the way things are going right now, it's like, damn, I guess I might have to get me some wood and some nails and build it on my own. Because these houses are through the roof. So the COVID money is done. As I said, you can forget about that. It's going to be higher cost to borrow. Can't go out and get that black Charger, that Dodge Charger. It's going to cost you a little bit more for you to get that bad boy now. But it's okay. At least you know that. At least we know what's going on coming in. You know what I mean? As I said, the U.S. spent trillions and trillions of dollars during COVID. We needed help. They spent a lot of money helping folks. They're like, here, Here's a check for you. Here's your check. Here's your check. Here's some money. Here's some more money for you and you and you. It's called quantitative easing. That's the term for it. That's what happens when the U.S. When the bank, when they print, just literally print trillions and trillions of dollars to avoid, basically to avoid a financial crash. That's what happens. Quantitative easing. They're like, all right, look, it's just like your mom and your daddy when you were in college and you were broke as hell and you didn't have any money to put food in your belly. You were eating ramen noodles. You were dropping an egg in there from time to time just for a little protein. And you got to a point you're like, hey man, look, mom, dad, I need some money. If I don't have any money, I'm gonna die of malnutrition. So then your parents, what do? They give you a couple dollars here and there. Quantitative easing. It's the same thing. They're giving you money. The U.S., the banks are giving, the central bank or whoever is printing more money so that we don't fall into a Great Depression, basically. So that's what happened during COVID. Unemployment is good right now. I think unemployment is at its lowest rates since the last 50 years. So if you don't have a job right now, it's because you don't want a job. Let's just be real. If you do not have a job right now, it's because you really don't want a job. I mean, and who really wants a job? Nobody really wants a job. I think most people get a job because they need the money. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, you might be looking at it like, man, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I don't want to go wait tables. I don't want to go pick strawberries or whatever the job is that you just don't want to do. I know you don't want to do that. And maybe that's why you don't have a job. But most people, they can't afford not to have a job. So get up and get a job while the getting is good. Unemployment is at its highest point since the last 50 years, like I've been saying. I think that there's like 2 jobs for every 1 person looking, or something crazy. So it's important to go out there, get your hustle on, and get some money in your pocket. What else did I want to talk about real quick? That's pretty much it, man. Just everything high right now. And then you got the war in Ukraine. Then you got the COVID lockdowns in China. Then you got the supply chain disruptions. It's like the writing is on the wall. The writing appears to be on the wall for a little bit of hardship going forward in terms of the price of things continuing to go up. Things just seem a little bit weird right now. Things seem a little bit weird right now. It's like people are gonna have to really start looking at what are they doing. What are you doing for your future? How are you setting your life up? Where do you work? What kind of work do you do? How can you improve and get better? How can you increase your skills? These are the types of things that we need to be asking ourselves, man. There's gonna be a lot of people hurting though, boy. Because I haven't even talked about the rise of automation and the rise of robots and all this kind of stuff. Man, in the next 2-3 years, I wouldn't be surprised if you go to the store and it's a robot. It's a robot taking your order. You're like, yeah, let me get a double stack, a large fry, and a small Coke. They're gonna be like, okay, sir, we will bring it to you shortly, or something. And you pull up to the window, it's gonna be a robot. Here you go. I'm like, damn, where are the people at? It's only 1 person in there now. 1 person in there running the other robots. Look what they've done. They did it right under our noses, man. You go to Publix, Kroger's. When you check out, what do? It's all automated. You don't need a lady. You don't need anybody to check you out. The young guy, the young girl to check you out anymore. You know how many jobs got lost probably because of that? So it's just going to continue. It's very gradual, but it continues, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. This is Malcolm. You're on Malcolm Talks. Just a little conversation, something to think about. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. How do you feel about inflation? What do you think is going to happen in the future, man? How do you see this whole thing playing out? Like the video, subscribe. I'm going to holler at you guys next time, man. Peace.